Cam Newton was just a glorified running back. That's a subjective state. And at the end of the day, you just said, not me, you just said it. If I'm asking for a quarterback's take, you're going to revert to the quarterback.
Hold on.
He said,
all right. What we were talking about in those instances were you were taking Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts. What was the other quarterback?
No. Brock Purdy, Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua Tagovailoa that led the league in passing.
Yes.
Brock Purdy that's in the Super Bowl. What was the other quarterback?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff that was in the NFC Championship game.
Right.
And what was the other game manager?
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott
that led the league in passing touchdowns this year. So we got the passing leader in yards, touchdowns, and the guy that's in the Super Bowl and the guy that was in the NFC Championship game are game managers.
Yes, sir.
How'd you get to that?
The guy that won the Super Bowl with you, his name was who?
Brad Johnson.
Was he a game changer or a game manager?
Come on now.
You know I got a rule, right, Cam? There's 3 things on my football team you don't touch. My head coach, my kicker, and my quarterback. You love Troy Aikman?
Love him.
Who has more quarterback? Who has more touchdown passes, Troy Aikman or that guy you're talking about, my quarterback, Brad Johnson?
You're not answering my question. Just because he has a lot of touchdowns doesn't mean he's a game changer. He's still a game manager. So
you didn't see him in Minnesota with Randy Moss now?
No.
But you didn't see him in Washington with.
I'm gonna let you finish. I just want to make my point.
And he drove them, and the only reason he got beat because he was with us, and the ball, the guy fumbled the field goal at the end of the game. We beat him 14-13. The year I went to the championship game and lost to the greatest show on turf against Marshall Faulkner.
St. Louis Rams.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
In '99 year, Brad Johnson was in my stadium, had me on the ropes, 13-0, and all of a sudden we came out of nowhere, scored 2 touchdowns, and they lined up for the game-winning field goal, and the damn holder messed it up.
Right. But that don't make him a game changer, though, bro. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
World champion.
I understand that.
The man's a world champion. What about a man's world championship or gold jacket that you can throw dirt on to say about it?
Hold on, stop.
No. I'm saying you're talking about a game changer. The man won the greatest game we know. And in that game, you had a ball right in front of you, and you didn't stick your nose to go back and get it after it came out your hand.
Right. Oof. But I think you're regurgitating my information as a knock on his play. I think of that Tampa Bay Buccaneers team
as a defensive team.
But not because of but listen, I'd have made you make your point. It's not because of Brad Johnson, though. You see what I'm saying? That's my take. It's a defensive team that was led by Brooks, right? Yourself, Barber. Like, it's a whole slew of talent that I think about before I think about Brad Johnson.
I know.
So that's my point when I'm saying about San Francisco.
Numbers, right?
I'm thinking about San Francisco 49ers.
This was 20 years ago.
Yes, sir.
20 years ago. 21 now.
Okay.
Can you do something for me? I got you.
Can we look in the numbers?
Yes, sir.
Let's look at it.
Quarterback driving this thing up and down the field, throwing 2 touchdowns to Keenan McCardle on Charles Woodson.
Yes, sir.
With Rod Woodson in the backfield.
Yes, sir.
What part of it my quarterback didn't change about the game? You know, when we think about them quintessential quarterbacks, you're one of them. Because why I call you a glorified running back? Because you attacking these guys.
I'm not attacking them.
No. Well, you call them game man.
That's not attack.
No.
It's a style of play.
It's a style of playing.
What?
But you're
There's no such thing as a game manager style of play.
No, but you're taking
talking about?
You're taking a game manager as a sign of disrespect, and it's not. No, it's not. That's not for you. It is. For
That
me,
wasn't
it's
how
not.
it was intended.
Game manager as a quarterback been a good tag. Name me that guy.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, the greatest of all time with 7 championships.
Elite
Is a game manager.
He's an elite game manager.
I didn't hear you say I have them in this game manager category because the top game manager is Tom Brady.
No, but I don't have airtime.
Well, Street. We almost caught that boy out now. Street. You on mute. Street.
Had to put my dunks on.
Real quick, man. Before we get into this, man, I got intrigued. And shout out to the Discord. Shout out to Chuck. Put that thing in there for me. I just saw this. Let's do our welcomes and then we'll get into it. Welcome everybody to Hayes Street. We live from Tokyo, baby. We live from Tokyo. Hey, it's not. Hey, konnichiwa, my brother. Konnichiwa. So anyway, real quick, man, I gotta say this. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to all the members. Shout out to the teammates on this side. Shout out to the villains over there on that side with my man Street. Y'all check out the Discord we got rolling. It's in the description over here. Street, anything you want to plug, and then we'll get into this game manager versus game changer.
No, you want to become a description. You want to become a description. All you gotta do is apply. If you want to become a villain, man, it's in the description section on my side of the video. If we haven't explained to y'all that these videos are running simultaneously on both of our channels. Me and Hayes, we want to do something for a long time. I don't know how effective it is, but it's running on both channels. You know what I'm saying? And we just gonna give y'all some content, bro, every day. And I know y'all appreciate it. But if you want to become a villain, it's in a. If you want to be a part of IOD Squad, that's where you come watch us invest and make trades, and you can copy the trades. That's also in the description on the Footballville video. All right. So all you gotta do is look at the video, look at the label right under the video. You can see if you're on Hayes side of the street or you're on Street side of the street. Them people flying down there, man. How fast these people driving, man?
Hey, dog, it's Tokyo, baby. Tune in, Tokyo. Tune in, Tokyo.
What? The people are walking normal speed, but them cars are moving pretty fast.
Hey, dog, that's what cars do, I guess, dog. They ain't got no Tesla. They ain't got no speed limit. Hit the gas. Look how wide the streets are, too. Like, look how wide the streets are. Anyway, man, right? Matter of fact, you talked about IOD and investing, man. How much we up to now? Because I think we want to buy this corner. That's why we go all over the globe and we look at these properties. And me and Street are looking to do some real estate investing. And I think we about to buy this shopping center that right over your shoulder there, man. And yeah, dog. We ain't playing, dog. Pay me my yen. Is it yen? Is that what they use over there? Yen?
Yeah. We're gonna buy a real Chinese food place, man, and realize that they ain't making ribs in Tokyo.
Trying to tell you.
Chinese food ain't got no ribs. Ain't making no ribs in Tokyo.
Hey, can I tell you something? Hold on, real quick. Funny you say that. I just ate Chinese food 2 days ago.
Really?
And the lady that was in there was eating, and her food did not look like mine. It was Chinese food, but it didn't look like mine. Her General Tso chicken did not look like my chicken. So that's what I tell you. They Americanized or Westernized the food for our consumption. But
of course,
that's what it is. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, man.
Well, what's up, man? We got Cam. I think we kind of influenced that. But then we say Cam. Didn't I tell you Sap and sit down with Cam and they done caught each other at the Super Bowl on Radio Row?
Yeah.
And Cam sat down with a lot of people. Cam sat down with CJ Stroud. He does it for Matt Ryan. Sat down. Then Sap came. And dog, I love Sap. You know what I'm saying? Sap, my boy. And I love Cam's demeanor also. How Cam deals with stressful situations. And I think a lot of people can learn from that. He never loses his demeanor. Like he never loses.
True story.
He never gets emotional. Yeah, he keeps the main thing the main thing. This whole argument about game managers, and I think it's the same argument everybody makes, right? But he applied names to it, right? When we be like superstars, what level superstar you are, like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's the same thing he's saying. He just applied names to it, to the tier, which offended everybody.
True story. And I've been saying this when we talk about our Canes. I always talk about game changers or difference makers versus game changers, right? Mm-hmm. I've been saying that. I've been saying that probably the past 2-3 years. I've been saying it for longer than that. And Cam has brought it to the quarterback. I say the same thing, but he's specifically talking about quarterbacks. But I think you can apply those titles to anybody: game changer, right? Or a game manager. Really, that kind of is a quarterback term. Here's my question to you, Street. He's saying that the term game manager is not a derogatory or a belittling term, and Warren Sapp is saying it is. Do you feel that way? Do you feel that it is? If you call the quarterback a game manager, do you think you are belittling him based on what Cam is saying?
No, I think the problem is where it's coming from. Because Cam is saying it. Everybody seems to think Cam is big and angry, and he's not.
Right.
He's actually big and happy, like a happy kid. But I think it's where it's coming from. Once again, I think we seem to forget that those elite 2% of people that plays in the NFL are every last one of them are all elite and at the top of their game, which most people never get to the top of their game at their own jobs. I don't care what they're doing.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So what I think he's saying is a style of play. One of Miami Dolphins' greatest quarterbacks since Dan Marino was Chad Pennington. And Chad Pennington had a mediocre way of being great, bro.
Right. It wasn't flashy. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't
right.
Yeah.
And I think what he's saying, he just said it in the clip. It's a style of play.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of those guys is a Cam Newton. You see what I'm saying? Like, neither one of those guys is a Cam Newton or built like a Cam Newton, or coach gonna just be like, hey, listen, bro, this on you.
So I agree, and I hate the fact we agree because I want to disagree on something. I think we too much alike in a lot of ways. I think we think alike, but we may say it differently. And I agree with you. And I've been going through this for the longest. I always say when you say something and you don't agree, that doesn't mean the person is trash because you say somebody's better, right? If I said, for example, I think Deion Sanders is the greatest athlete of all time. Athlete. That doesn't mean Bo Jackson is trash, right? Like that but that's the thing. If you don't say that person is a game changer and he's a game manager, you're saying this guy is trash. Well, I believe in what Cam was saying about Brad Johnson. He wasn't a game changer. He was a game manager. Joey Flacco is a game manager, right? Yeah, he won a Super Bowl. But a game changer is a guy like a Cam, like a Mike Vick, hell, even he talk like this. What's his name, man? In the Super Bowl right now, man. Mahomes. Pat Mahomes, because he doesn't just throw the ball, but it's the way he delivers the ball. He can throw it underhand. He throw it sidearm. He's got the no-look passes. He's playing outside the scope of normal quarterback play. And I think that's the biggest thing is that game changers play outside the scope of quarterback play. And that's a big deal. Randall Cunningham was that kind of guy. And so forth and so on. I think John Elway take penitentiary chances with the football. He'll throw that thing boy. Yeah. So, like, to me, Dan Marino wasn't. I think Dan Marino was a game manager, an elite game manager, but nobody was worried about the bionic knees he had in them legs. He threw great balls.
Yeah, hold up, man.
I knew I could throw some punches. I knew I could throw some punches.
Hold up now. Hold up now. So you're trying to say because he couldn't run out the pocket, he can't be a game changer?
No. Nope. He didn't play outside the scope of what quarterbacks do. So, for example, this is how I'm looking at it. When you play outside the box, and I know I'm about to get some flack, but when you play outside the box of what quarterbacks typically do, Dan Marino could throw the deep ball. He could throw the corner route. He could he could make all the throws, as they say. But outside of that, what else? If I'm the defensive coordinator going against Dan Marino, outside of making those great throws now, and part of being a great game manager is making great throws, knowing what to do with the ball out your hand.
Right.
But outside of that scope, what did he do different that, for example, a game changer would have done? Like you said, a John Elway. You hit John Elway, he might bounce off that thing by ball. You hit Dan Marino, he going down because he just didn't have the mobility. He wouldn't extend in the play like that. And so his game was really very cerebral. And to Cam's point, it's like that whole argument, the 1A, 1B. It's not a knock. It's a style of play. And I think people think it's not sexy. It's almost like the dual quarterback versus the pocket, the pro style quarterback when they were doing. Everybody wanted to be a dual threat quarterback because it sounds sexy. Nobody wants to be the pro style because that made it seem like you stood up in the pocket. But everybody's good within their own right. What's your thoughts? What's your thinks? Lord have mercy.
I most definitely think Dan Marino was a game changer. I think when the defense got in the room on Tuesday, they were trying to stop Dan Marino and only Dan Marino. I think Dan Marino arm talent was 3rd and 15. I remember 3rd and 15 being like nothing. It was like nothing. It was like it felt like everything felt achievable with Dan Marino. So I think you got guys who have arm talent at that elite level to where it's like his arm is the weapon. Like you have guys that have played in prolific offenses, right? And Tom Brady, he definitely was a game changer. And he was
I'm with Cam. I think he's the ultimate and the elite game manager. I believe if you go look at Tom Brady, pull up his stats, he only averaged 10 yards a pass, maybe 8.
Yeah, but it's mine. It was his mind.
And that's what game changers have. I mean, game managers have. Their cerebral is their superpower. But when you look at Mike Vick, his ability is his superpower. And that's what makes you the game manager is that Ken Dorsey, for example. Ken Dorsey was a great game manager. He knew how everything worked. He knows where everybody belongs. He did and he knows who to get it to. Like that's what makes, I think, the game manager is the cerebral. It's not the arm as much as it is here. And for the game changer, it's the guy that, because like you said, dog, they're the 1% of the world that's playing this game.
Yeah.
So it's the we
forget how good some of these guys are in college, and then they get to the league and they're just names, right? But we forget how in front of 100,000 people how they ran down on teams. You know what I'm saying? But no, Hayes, I disagree. I think when your thought process is that of Tom Brady, when your memory is that of Tom Brady, right? And your defense is in the like I said, when Tuesday when they're in their game planning, to stop Tom Brady. He is the weapon. Like he is the problem. Dan Marino was the problem. We didn't have a running back. We had 2 nice wide receivers, right? But Dan Marino was the problem. Like on 3rd and 15.
And again, I'm not disputing that.
Right.
But I agree with that. But you're also not trying to stop 4 different elements of him. You're not trying to stop the pass, the run, the scramble, get out the pocket, the ability to extend the play. I'm just saying, see all these things start stacking. Your thing was when you look at Tom Brady, okay, what do I have to, where can I play the game so he doesn't get the ball to an Edelman or to a Wes Welker quickly or blah, 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 or now to a Gronkowski and so forth versus, okay, if this play breaks down, now what is part 2 of this defensive scheme in the same play? If the play breaks down on Tom Brady, for example, he's going to find the scramble. He's going to find maybe a guy to scramble drill. Edelman knows, cut the route, boom, hit the scramble drill, get open, he'll find the guy. Cool. But if Lamar, if Vic, if even Josh Allen, those type of guys, not Dan Marino, I just said his name, John Elway. It's a whole different dynamic. And so this was great argument.
He calls it play 2. Like it's 2 plays. It's like the first play when it break down. Now it's the second play. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about like now you got this second play. Now he's out the pocket, and Zay Flowers is running somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, right.
If Dan Marino get out the pocket, if Dan Marino got out the pocket, he's got about, if he steps up in the pocket and makes a move, you better just cover for another second and a half before somebody get up on him. But if Vic get out of the pocket, he can run down the line of scrimmage, extend the play, and if you get too deep, the scramble drill, you get too deep, now he's got this void in here, and he can take off and get another 30, 40, if not take his 60. Like, I don't know. It's just a great argument, and I think it's a no-win argument. I think it's a no-win argument.
I think I remember, and we can move on after this. We can get into the top running backs of 2024. I remember one night watching Jared Goff versus Lamar Jackson's second year. And that was the first time I felt like a pocket quarterback was handicapped. Watching Lamar Jackson on the other side. It felt like Jared Goff could only do, if nobody was open, we was punting the ball. That's what it felt like. Watching Lamar, it felt like it was options. Like it was options. And that was the first time I felt like a pocket. Think about what I'm saying. That was the first time I felt like that pocket passing quarterback who's always been the standard of the football game. It felt like he was missing something compared to Lamar watching that game.
Yeah, it's like if Aaron Donald broke through, like if Aaron Donald beat the guard off the 1-2, and how do I say? And I don't know. We pick a guy today, right? I don't know. Tom Brady's back there. It's probably a sack or a throw, because he's smart enough, a throwaway. But if Aaron Donald get through there, you got a quarterback like, say, Lamar. I'll keep it modern. You got a guy like Lamar. He may be able to step out of that, extend the play, and the play is not dead on the back end.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it probably Aaron Donald was probably instructed to not even engage. Like, wait till you get back up. He's probably instructed to not even like, hey man, just keep him in front of you, dog, until you get. Right.
If you get a chance to hit Tom Brady, boy, tuck your napkin in, get your knife and fork. We finna eat. You know what I mean?
Right, dog. One of the most amazing things about Lamar to me was that I always questioned. I knew he was great. But I always question, once he got to the NFL, will the speed catch up with him? And bro, he plays with defenders at the NFL level. Which I don't know how amazing you guys understand what we're talking. The elite of the elite gets in the backfield, and it seems as if Lamar doesn't sweat. He doesn't, and he plays with elite talent at the NFL level. Like he toys with him.
Yeah, so we don't normally throw a lot of comments up because this is a quick show, but I think this is very important. That's what they call me. They call me Coach Hates. Cuban Kane did exactly what I think Warren Sapp did to Cam. Coach Hates just started watching football. Hating on Dan won't be allowed. I'm calling the show. And I know Cuban Kane, we good, and there's no issue, but nowhere did I hate on Dan Marino. I just said he wasn't a game changer. I never said he wasn't the greatest quarterback to ever play for the Miami Dolphins. He wasn't a top 10 quarterback. We were just talking about style of play. And so again, and that's the perfect example. Thank you, Cuban Kane. I knew I could always count on you. I'm gonna start calling you the calculator because I could count on you, baby. Appreciate it. But that's a perfect example.
Dan Marino stand. I ain't agreeing with that. Dan Marino was the problem. He was throwing dudes open. He was throwing the dudes that wasn't open. Like he was the problem.
Well, yeah, but And then, of course, right, here's a perfect example to that. Well, if he did all that, then why you don't have any Super Bowls? But I'm not going to do that because, that's always the argument. That's the next step.
It's a team award. That's a team award. I hate the Super Bowl argument. It is a team award. All right? I hate it.
We're gonna matter of fact, we're gonna come up with that one of these shows here soon about that.
Yeah, we're gonna have that conversation. I hate that argument. That is a team award.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch the rest of this as well. Especially in that thing. So I literally saw the first minute of it, and after he started talking about you call me a glorified running back, blah blah blah. That's all I saw prior to even putting this up. I literally saw this at like 6:57 on the thing. So I don't even know how much more they have to talk about. But let's get into the topic of the day, man. We're already 25 minutes into this deal, man. Shout out to everybody who came through. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe button. We are dual streaming live here on Coach Hayes Football, as well as my man FOOTBALLVILLE over there. So if you're on my channel, slide off right quick and slide to FOOTBALLVILLE and hit the subscribe button. And if you're on FOOTBALLVILLE, slide off right quick and come on over here and hit the button if you're not already a member, which you should be, man. Come on, we're on the corner of Hayes Street. So how you want to start this thing off, man? You want to just
I got it. So basically we did some research and looked and see who was going to the NFL draft, who wasn't going to the NFL draft, and we picked the top 10 running backs returning college football. Gotta love it. And in the comment section, let me know who you guys think should be on this list, or who you think is one of the top running backs returning to college football. Because a lot of names that had good seasons last year wasn't even close to some of these dudes that's on this list, dog.
Yeah.
I don't know if some of them just they taking the whole workload. I don't know if some of them they're getting all the carries and the rest of the running backs hurt somewhere in the infirmary. But some of the top running backs we saw play last year didn't have half the numbers of some of these dudes on this list, bro.
I'm telling you, and they were productive though, and that's the guys that didn't even make the list were productive in their own right. But statistically speaking, blown out the water, man, blown out the water. So go ahead, man. You got. Oh, I gotta add it. I'm sorry. You want me to add the list, or you want to just talk about it? How you want to do it?
You got it. Go ahead, add it. Let's see what it look like.
All right, let me go ahead over here. You might press Control and roll the mouse up. Make it bigger.
Ooh, boy, you control and roll the mouse up. I don't think I ever did that before.
Trying to show you something, dog. That's why I'm here, dog. I'm here to teach you, dog. Hold down Control.
I do that. I do it on the.
Just hold the mouse over the picture. Hold down Control and roll the mouse up. Roll the wheel up on the mouse.
I don't know what I just did. Hey,
don't go too fast. Now you blow it up too fast.
Is it getting bigger? No.
Nah, you tripping.
I'm blowing up everything but that. All I see is a big StreamYard duck now. I don't make my screen 500%. Hold up, man. Let me get this back together, man.
Well, when you roll it should say reset.
I think I know how to do it.
I think I have it as well. Maybe I can work it on this side. Let me see. I can make it part of the stream. But anyway, for y'all that's in there, y'all can see. But Street, you done blew up the doggone thing.
They can see it.
I mean, can y'all see it? Now, it's probably too small for that screen. It's small on mine. I got a big monitor. Let me see if I can make this. All right, let's see it. I'm gonna see if I can present as well, make it large as well. How about that? Is that better? There we go. All right, how about that?
You made it bigger?
Yeah.
There it is. Some of them over here playing candy. Oh, I didn't even know you could do that, dog.
Come on, man. I told you I'm here to work with you, dog. All right, here we go.
Scroll up and down. I'm asking too much.
Yeah. You asking too much. So let's do this. Let's start from 10. All right, we got 10 on the board. All right, so number 10. What you got up here, man? Travion Henderson, man. I'm a little disappointed.
Henderson, though. Let me see.
Travion Henderson.
You disappointed in Trey?
Because when I did his high school breakdown tape, bro, his tape was ridiculous. And he hasn't really panned out to be the guy I thought he was going to be. He had some injuries and stuff, too, at Ohio State. But I thought he was going to be a straight killer.
He made the list.
Nah, yeah, but I mean, I thought he would have been up number 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Somewhere around. I'm like coming out of high school.
I think a lot of factors go into it. It's not just it's how many running backs you got in the backfield with you, how many 5 stars they trying to appease. You know what I'm saying? Because all these dudes carry. These dudes carry insane. So we got Trey Henderson, Ohio State running back, and he's not the only running back at Ohio State. But he had 156 carries, 926 yards, 11 touchdowns, 5.9 yards. He averaged 6 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm.
And Hayes, what you want out of him, Hayes? What Hayes want from the man? What you want? 8.3 yards a carry. Again.
When you saw Travion Henderson coming out of high school versus a Devin Neal, who's number 2, who would you have thought would have had better numbers? That's all I'm saying. Like, so what I'm just saying, the expectation, I'm not saying number 10 out of all the running backs in the country. That's not bad. I'm not saying it's terrible, but I just thought that him coming out of high school, producing the way he did, I thought I don't even remember Devin Neal coming out of high school. I may be wrong. I don't even know what his ranking was. So
I can
look it up. Huh?
I say he at Kansas. You probably don't remember him coming out of high school.
And so that's my point, right? Let me see. Yeah, they got. I don't know. How can you find out what his stuff was when he was in high school? Because they changed the star.
Type his name in Google, right? And type in 247. Or type in on 3. And type in type something with it. Type his city with it. Or type his high school with it or something.
No, I've done that. It comes up, but the star ranking is based on his. It says transfer. As a prospect.
It should have both.
Okay, yeah. So he came out. He's in the class of 20. He was in the class of 21. He was a 4-star, 14th best running back in the country. First number 1 player in Kansas from Lawrence, Kansas. That's what KU is in Lawrence, isn't it? Yeah.
He was the number 1 player
in the state of Kansas.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway. Yeah, man.
But no, he's doing his thing. You just saying you thought the ceiling was higher.
Well, just because of, like you say, him coming out of high. That's like if we saw Jeremiah Smith right now, and we go look at this, and he's ranked number 10 on the list. You'd be like, huh? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying
he was on Jeremiah level.
Coming out of high school, bro. You got to go see his tape, bro. His tape, he from Virginia, man. It's
one of them tapes make you
go pop off the screen. Pop off the screen.
So next we got Kansas, DJ Giddens. He had 223 carries, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. He averaged 5.5 yards a carry.
Okay.
1,200. These boy were 1,200 yards, but these boy was thumping, boy. Let's see what his high game was. Let's see. Can't look at his game load. And it's a lot of guys, man. It's a lot of guys. Like if you look in the comment section, it's a lot of guys that people look at and they're like, "Oh man, why my homeboy? I don't know. why your boy ain't make the list?"
Right. Oh, of course, yeah. You're gonna get that. Mm-hmm.
Well, that boy went for 151 versus NC State.
Yeah, real quick. So while you're looking that up, real quick, somebody just put it in, and I remember that.
Right.
He was the number 1 running back in his class, the number 1 player in the state of Virginia, and 11th best player in the nation. Travion Henderson, yes, he was stank with it, but it was ugly. But now Giddens did a good job for Kansas State this year. I do the fantasy football league. So some people had him, and Giddens put some work in on that, man. So yeah, definitely he definitely made some noise, man.
And next you got Katron Allen. Katron Allen, I think from IMG. I'm almost sure Katron Allen played at IMG. I think I covered him. At IMG. He averaged 5.2 yards a carry. He had 172 carries, 900 yards, and 6 touchdowns. And then next you got Taj Brooks.
He was a gangster. Taj Brooks was toting that thing. But I think Penn State had 2 big-time backs, though. That's why his touchdowns weren't crazy.
Some of it, when we got to the top guys, some of it was subjective. We had to kind of take that in consideration. You know what I'm saying? Taj Brooks, 290 carries. That boy carried about 300 times.
Stank with it. Stank.
5'10", 230 pounds. Dog. What are we looking at, Hayes? He 5'10", 230.
A cinder block running the football. That's what you looking at.
A cinder block. A bowling ball. He's just rolling them down.
Straight cinder block, dog.
1,500 yards. He averaged 10. He had 10 touchdowns, averaged 5 yards a carry. From but that boy 5'10", 230.
So I want people to understand this. Cam Newton was playing 6'5", 230, 235. This dude 5'10", 230.
230. He is a muscle. He's just a muscle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's just a muscle. Like, his strength is once you tackle him, you can't tackle him probably. His strength is hit me. The strength.
I'm trying to tell you, dog. He was dog. Imagine running up on that every play, dog. Bruh. Come on.
That's nasty, dog. Then you got Auburn, Jaquez Hunter, who he's another one that split carries with another good back. He had 159. See, this is the difference in carries, dog. One had 300, and one had 159 carries. He had 900 yards, 7 touchdowns. He averaged 5.7 yards a carry. He was about to go to the NFL.
He came on late because I had him on my fantasy, and he came on late. I had to get rid of him because they weren't even, bro. If you go look at the game splits. His first 4 or 5 games, he might have had 2. Go look at the game splits. I guarantee he had like 2 carries, 1 carry. Dude had like 13 yards. I'm like, maybe he was in trouble or something. Man, I had to get rid of him.
You can't find out. You can't find out if they're in trouble on your fantasy league, huh? They just.
Nah, well, no, not necessarily they're in trouble, but it was a thing of like, come on, bro, like where you at, baby? Like, and he was, coming back.
Yeah, he had 11 carries first game. Nah, it looked like he just split. Right. So 11 carries, 9 carries. Then he had 19 carries. He just wasn't doing nothing. Georgia had 19 carries, 59 yards. LSU 7 carries, 16 yards. And then he started picking it up. Ole Miss, he went 15 for 91. Mississippi State, he put the thing on him. 17 for 144.
Right.
Vanderbilt, 19 for 183. Right. So he picked it up. He picked it up in the middle of the season. Now at the beginning of the season, he wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? He was averaging 3 yards a carry, 4 yards a carry.
That's what I'm saying. I had to get rid of him, dog, because I kept putting him in the game. Bro, if you think about it,
he wasn't shaking nothing, huh?
Bro, and watch this. That first game against Cal, he had 11 carries, so he had 53 yards. That was 5.3 points, and he had no touchdowns. So he only gave me 5 points, basically. I was like, bro, you a running back. I need you to be in at least the 20s, dog. At least the 20s.
Dog,
high teens.
These college rotations are pretty ocky, dog. Like, but I think the quarterbacks are getting full run because I don't think these coaches want to show quarterbacks, like they don't want to show their backup quarterback because then their backup quarterback gets stole. Yeah, like so. The way these coaches doing these lineups, bro, is definitely different. So scroll me up because we're on the top level now.
All right, so we got just real quick before we roll it down. We had Travion Henderson at 10 because sometimes we got just people listening. Travion Henderson at 10, DJ Giddens at 9 from Kansas State, Katron Allen from Penn State at 8, Taj Brooks from Texas Tech at 7, Jaquez Hunter, number 6 from Auburn. Now let's look at the top 5 here. Let's see what this list looking like, Carl. Let's see what this list looking like, Carl. All right, number 5, man.
Number 5, we got North Carolina, Omar Hampton. North Carolina got the best uniforms in college football.
Nah, man, nobody like that powder blue crap. Get that crap out of here, man.
Ooh, I had to tell Bullet, I need some Jordans or something, dog. Shamana running back with the North Carolina. He's 6 foot, 220 pounds. He the one put it on. He did something to Miami this year, didn't he? In the second half.
What, a 60-yarder? A 60-yarder on or something like that? Yeah. That's why I slapped him. Matter of fact, guess what? I got to say, I appreciate you. Hey, I had him on my fantasy. That boy got me some points, boy.
Now the truth come out. Now the truth. He was secretly rooting for him. Come on, dog. Come on, give me a little something, man. Run Cam over, man. Give me a little something. Hey.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. Honest truth. You ain't lying, Streeter. You ain't lying. I was like, listen, dog. I was like, listen, bro. I say, listen, I just need you to score a bunch of points. We need to win the game because it ain't about winning or losing the game. It's about the points. I say, we need to win the game, but I need you to get these points, dog. You done made me tell the truth.
You know what that remind me of, man? Remember the year that University of Miami played Florida State 3 times? They had Buster Davis. They had against Sean Taylor. The same year that Roscoe Parrish got knocked out, I think they played him for a bowl game the 3rd time in Joe Robbie Stadium.
I
okay, I'm gonna tell the story real fast. And you're gonna remember that. You'll remember this game when I tell the story. So my kid's mother at the time, sister, was at FAMU. She was at Florida State. She was dating Buster Davis, who was the linebacker, for Florida State. So when they came to Miami, Buster Davis came to her house, to the uncle house, basically to their brother's house to have dinner before the game. And the brother was a huge Florida State fan. So that was like a big deal for him, right?
Good job, sis.
Buster Davis brought him. I forgot who else he brought, but he brought the running back. What was the running back name? Greg Jones for Florida State.
Greg Jones.
Big kid, South Carolina. Oh, I got a story about Greg Jones.
That's this thing stiff arm. He's stiff arm North Carolina.
Yeah. Her brother, after dinner, looked at Greg Jones and asked Greg Jones to do one thing. He said, man, I don't care if y'all win the game, man. I need you to run Sean Taylor over.
Didn't happen.
That was the game. And that was the game when Sean Taylor stepped in the hole, kind of half-stepping. You know what I'm saying? How you get caught in the hole and, here come the train. And then that was the game where Greg Jones got Sean Taylor.
Dang. So it's your fault, Streeter. It's your fault.
I wasn't a Florida State fan, and he was a huge Florida State fan. I was always a Miami fan. He literally asked him that. And that was the game Sean Taylor stepped in the hole, half stepping. Like you get caught in the hole, like, oh, the play coming in. And here come the train. But Greg Jones, dog, when I was in the military in Beaufort, South Carolina, my homeboy used to beg me to go out there to watch this running back play for Battery Creek. And I'm like, it was 2 high schools in the city of Beaufort, South Carolina. Beaufort High School and Battery Creek.
Okay.
I finally went out there to watch a kid play. They were saying that, hey man, Florida State came. Now I'm like, we in Beaufort, South Carolina. Florida State did not come here to recruit nobody. Florida State came in and they saw the boy squatting, man. They said they want him to come. And I went to go watch him play. He was the biggest dude on the field. He was running around, but in my mind, I'm thinking, man, Florida State did not come to Beaufort, South Carolina to recruit nobody. And guess who that kid was? It was Greg Jones.
Really?
The running back for Florida State. He was in Beaufort, South. He grew up in Beaufort, South Carolina. I'm talking about the town is so small. It's only 2 high schools, and the only thing there is the Marine Corps Parris Island base where Marine Corps is trained. That's the only thing. And a Walmart.
And Walmart.
Yep.
Got to have a Walmart. And a Dollar
Walmart.
General.
That's it.
Don't be a Dollar
That's
General.
it.
Don't be a
They
Dollar
had a
General.
Walmart and a milk. That was it.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
That's funny.
And
It's
was
funny you
great.
say that. It's funny you say that, man, because as we talk about this list and we hear these numbers, remind me to bring up a name. And it's interesting, though. But, yeah, no, man, Marion Hampton was gangster with it, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
Marion
but
Hampton
that kid was Greg Jones, man.
I hope he goes.
And Greg Jones hunted think that's the same game. Wasn't Greg Jones running all over Miami when Ed Reed said, "I'm hurt, dog"? No, ask me if I'm all right. He was running all over Miami. Huh? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was running all over Miami in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And I doubted, and I always think how I doubted that there ain't no way Florida State recruiting somebody from Beaufort, South Carolina. I always doubted it. And that man, he wreaked havoc on us, dog, for a couple of years.
Nah, he did. He did, man.
Yeah.
All right, though.
So
who
the next
you got in there? RJ Harvey.
Bro, listen. I saw a couple lists, and this dude was not on the list. And I would look in the comment section, and UCF commented on one of these lists and was like, "This LOL." The actual UCF account was like LOL. So I went to look in there, and when we started putting our list together, and I found RJ Harvey, and boy, he wasn't on some of these lists I saw. I made him number 4, dog. RJ Harvey, 5'8", 195 pounds, right? So what we looking at? We looking at it's short dude.
Not a big guy.
5'8", 195 pounds. He's the dude that don't get recruited by the big schools, right?
Correct.
Running all over area high schools and don't get recruited. 220 yards, 1,400 yards last year. 16 touchdowns. He averaged 6.3 yards a carry, dog.
Okay. All right.
He averaged 6.3 yards a carry, dog.
And they got him listed. I'm just going right quick. He was a 293rd best player in the state of Florida.
Because he's 5'8". 5'8" and 2. Name somebody that's 5'8". Joe Morris.
Jones Drew. Maurice Jones Drew.
Maurice Jones Drew.
Yeah. I'm looking here. They got him at 5'10", 5'8". He probably about 5'8.5" if they got him at 5'10". So you're probably about 5'8.5", maybe. But
that boy,
but you know, it's
Go ahead.
No, I was saying because he's from Orlando Edgewater, and actually I coached against him, man. And I'm sitting here looking at his highlight tape. Yeah, I'm looking at his highlight tape, and I mean, he could play. He could actually play, and I always tell people it's amazing. It's not always the logo that makes a difference. It's the situation, right? And again, he's part of that UCF program. You know, we just seen Gus Malzahn and so forth. But he came in what, 2017, 2018 kid?
Yeah.
2020, 2020. So he would have been part of the last year of he would have been one of the last years of Josh Heupel.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Go watch the highlight. Oklahoma State versus UCF. They beat Oklahoma State 45-3, dog. This man, and I'm sure this is why they beat him 45-3. This man went 24 carries, 206 yards. Go watch the highlight. It's around you.
Definitely.
They probably did not see that.
Real quick. Chris says Travion Henderson should be on this list. He is on the list. He's number 10 down here. We just got it blown up so you can see. So guess what, Chris? You just told on yourself. You're late to the party, Chris. You're late to the party. Get in here at 7 o'clock, Chris. Good seeing you again, bro. Good seeing you again. But no, go ahead.
You thought we was in here with a top 5 list?
Yeah. He like, who the top 5 guys? All right, let's go to the most.
Here we go. Number 3. We got number 3. Huh?
Yeah.
What's that?
I was saying Quashawn Judkins. I was saying this is an interesting, not his talent, but his decision was very interesting And it was I want to talk about that a little bit because I think he out of this top 10 list, he is the only transfer on this list from
Right.
Ole Miss to Ohio State. But go for it.
And it was questionable. This one was kind of questionable too, because I mean, we know he's one of the top running backs in the country. He had he's 5'11", 210, 271 carries, 1,100 yards, 15 touchdowns. He only averaged 4.3 yards a carry. Quinshon Judkins, dog, I know some people close to the Ole Miss, and dog, they say his personality, bro, is just a bad one.
I've heard that too.
They say dog just, where's he from, man? They say dog just Pike Road, Alabama. They say he done dog. They say dog done made it already. Nigga, we made it. And they say he done made it already. He's just trash people. Now go ahead. You say you had something about him?
Well, no, I've heard that same story, man. That it's a lot of me in there, but again, that doesn't, so far as his contribution to winning, and I actually had him down, and he made some good contributions too when it came to the fantasy too, man. But he could play.
You had him too?
No, I think V12 had Quinshon Judkins, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, I think he's a guy that can definitely make an impact. And him going to Ohio State is kind of funny. What does that say? Because now we have a Travion Henderson, and we're going to now have a Quinshon Judkins up here, right? We're talking about coming in next year. You know, they got a slew of doggone receivers. They got a slew of receivers up there right now, and then they just got Will Howard, the quarterback from Kansas State, up there. So I don't know, bro. It'd be interesting to find out. Because actually what blew Quinshon Judkins up was he was the two-headed monster back there after Dart. I think after Dart left, Lane Kiffin, everybody know he throw the ball around, but Lane Kiffin didn't have that quarterback. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't. Jackson Dart was there. What was the quarterback before Jackson Dart?
I actually got an interview with the dude. Oh man, what was his name? They'll say it in the comments.
Somebody put it in the chat, the fact finders. But anyway, after he left and he didn't, Jackson Dart wasn't really the guy quarterback. He became part of the two-headed monster in that room, man, at the running back, and he helped, Ole Miss win a lot of games, man. So yeah, he's gonna be a problem, man, especially at Ohio State. Matt Corral, yes, Matt Corral.
Yeah, I actually interviewed Matt Corral.
Oh, good, man.
Matt Corral,
yes.
Next we have Kansas, dog. What Kansas Kansas had a guy on our cornerback list. They keep popping up. Kansas got some ballers over there. I don't know if they're recruiting. I don't know what's going on. They got some NIL money, but Devin Neal, 5'11", 210. He had 200 carries. One before we move on, they say Quinshon Judkins was complaining about too many carries at Ole Miss. Hey, that boy trying to get to the league healthy. So listen, Devin Neal, 200 carries, 1,200 yards. That boy load. That boy managing his load. You know what I'm saying? Boy, home talking, man.
Pitch count.
Yeah, y'all got to take a little off beat. 16 carries, and Devin Neal averaged 6.3 yards a carry, dog.
And Kansas got sneaky good. Kansas got sneaky good because we were talking about who was I talking to? Oh, I was talking to Rawhide, and of course they were doing the Colorado roster and stuff. And I said Kansas would be a 50-50 game for Colorado, meaning I'm not sure which way, but I went on with Colorado, and we ended up kind of diving kind of deep. And you hear Kansas, you're like, yeah. I mean, hell, Les Miles went there and didn't win a game one season. But this new coach they have, I think Lance Leopold, I think his name is, he's turning it around. He's turning it around, and it's showing you with NIL and transfer portal, the parity that's coming, and it's showing you right now. So, yeah, shout out to them, man.
Right. And so last but not least, we got Ole Gordon. That boy named Ole, boy. You know he from the old country, Fort Worth, Texas. Ole, going on out there and get us some wood, man. Wood job. We put in the wood fire tonight, man. Having some old drink some old bullshine. Ole, old best running back in Texas ever seen, boy. Y'all going out to see Ole show tonight. Ole had 285 carries. 1,700 yards, though.
1,700.
1,700 yards. 21 touchdowns. Ole was out there toting the rock, though. He averaged 6.1 yards. He averaged 6 yards a carry, 6.1 yards a carry. Dog, Ole was out there toting the rock, dog.
That boy got more yards than some of y'all got square footage in the crib, boy. Y'all better be careful.
1,700, dog. Let's look at his game log. Let's see who he put it. He had to put it on a couple of teams. He gave BYU the business. 134 carries at BYU, 166 yards. He couldn't walk after that game. Cincinnati, 25 carries, 271 yards. But he Marshall Faulk numbers, boy.
Hey, that boy had that
29 carries, 280
Williams carry.
He's over Marshall Faulk numbers. 25 carries, 271, 29 carries versus West Virginia, 282 yards. That boy, I'm going to put up 300 on 300.
I'm going to tell y'all, I'm telling you, now that we're here, now that we have arrived, now that we've come to this point, and I've always said Oklahoma State is a team that will wreck your damn season. Because I'm going to say something funny. Last time we did a show like this, who was the number one wide receiver since 2010? Wasn't that the list we did?
Oklahoma State. What's his name was?
Blackman.
Blackman, yeah.
Listen, I'm telling you, Oklahoma State will probably not ever be talked about in national championship talks. They'll probably make it to a playoff. Whatever, be like number 12, 13 or something like that, or get ranked 14, just get put out. But they will do not listen, athletic directors out there. If you making schedules, don't schedule these jokers 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12, because they will wreck your season, bro.
No, they had the same coach. How long that coach been there? He been there forever.
Mike Gundy, I don't know. He's a man. He's 40. Come after me.
I'm 40 with a mullet. Challenge me. I'm 40. But no, bro, 6'1", 211, 6'1". He's 6'1", kind of tall and slender, 211 pounds.
Yeah, bro.
Boy, eating in Oklahoma. What do you think? What do you think it's just a program and a system that has a process and they just do their process well. They recruit, they get and they put them in their process. And sometimes I think when you have a process and it's consistent, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you can do, it reminds me of Georgia Tech and the way the coach ran that offense, and it was their offense, their process. When you have a process and it's consistent, if you can get really good at something that you do and perfect it, I think you could be a good team. And I think you can pull players in, and I think you can have success with guys because your system is something that has been there forever, and it's like a well-oiled machine, even though you don't have the top talent.
Yeah, well, when you look at programs like this, it's very similar to Utah. The guy's been there a long time, a lot of stability, not a lot of coaching turnover. And it's one of those jobs where, if you want to be a coach, and I don't want to say this to sound crazy, but if you want to be a coach, and we know it's always a lot of movement and stuff in coaching, but if you want to be a coach, and I think if Coach Gundy trusts you and you feel good and money's not really like you're not chasing the bag and you're not chasing upward mobility, like I got to be here, so I'll be the coordinator. You can go there and you have the system is in place. The culture is in place. Somebody said the guy been there 19 years. I don't know if that's fact or not, but I'll take it as the gospel right now. So, and here's the beauty of guys like the programs like this. Culture increases their thing, because I'm looking at Ali Gordon now, was a three-star prospect, the 41st best running back in the country, and the 76th best player in the state of Texas. But he was 6'1", probably was about 6'1", 180 or something like that. And they said, let's ride. He's from Euless, Texas, went to Trinity High School. And I'm looking at his tape. He's tall and thin. I'm looking at his tape right here playing. Tall and thin, didn't look great, but he plays within the system, man. And I'm telling you, those kind of dudes, Blackman, Shad just said Blackman was a 3-star. But the coaching continuity is there. There's not a lot of change. You know, they can coach that offense like the back of their hand while they sleep. You have guys that's going through the system who can help teach the young ones. And think about it. You're a guy like Oli Gordon. You're a 3-star. I don't know what let me see what his recruiting profile looked like, because I want to see who else was offering him. See, perfect example. Oklahoma State, Brigham Young, Hawaii, Houston, Arkansas, which they probably weren't very good when he was coming out. Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska. No big-time programs were offering him, dog.
Right.
Hawaii, Missouri. Now, this is before Missouri has gotten better. SMU, San Diego State. So, Oklahoma State, the biggest thing you got. Let's roll.
Yeah, though. Mike Gundy been there since Les Miles was there. Les Miles was there in 2004. Mike Gundy took over 2005. Been there forever. Wow. Yeah. So listen, if y'all want to look at these lists, they on the Footballville Instagram and Facebook. That's where these lists are coming from. We got other lists on there like this. But I think it's cool to do this, man, because you kind of because I got a lot of people saying, what about this guy? What about Mark Fletcher? And Mark Fletcher had a great year as a freshman. But Mark Fletcher had like 100 yards, 100 carries, right? Like 100 carries and 500 yards.
Right.
And he had a great year as a freshman, and he's going to do great things. None of these guys are really freshmen that you're looking at. You know what I'm saying? These guys have done it. They're seasoned guys. They've gotten their feet wet. So that's the difference between potential. Like Mark Fletcher's going to do great things, but you're talking about a dude that had 290 carries.
Right.
That's 130% more than what Mark Fletcher had. You're talking about a dude that went for 280 yards versus 300. Yeah, so it's tiers to it, and I think Mark Fletcher gets there. He got his feet wet. I think Miami got a couple backs, man, that may make some noise. Spent a little time with Javonte Citizen the other day too, man. He's completely healthy. So yeah, man. So some of the guys who you guys want to see on the list, man, some of their numbers just didn't. We talking about the top 10 guys in college football, bro. Like some of their numbers just didn't stack up. Yeah, didn't stack up.
Yep. So two things I want to bring up. One, I'll go to this. I look at a guy like Isaiah Pacheco, and the reason I kind of remember him was because when I did that Cat Williams video, it was a parody trying to be funny, talking about he ran a 4.4. And of course, everybody in there was like, well, coach, a basketball court is not 40 yards. I was like, I understand. I was being funny. But anyway, I guess the joke didn't land well. And I did a comparison where he and Isaiah Pacheco, who plays the running back for Kansas City in the Super Bowl, number 10, also ran a 4.4 in the combine. So that's why I know Pacheco. But I looked him up, and I'm like, man, I don't remember this guy. Well, he played for Rutgers. Okay? He's 5'10", 5'11", 215. That's what they have him so far as right now at Kansas City. Look at I want you to understand what his offer list looked like. Rutgers, UConn, Maryland, Pittsburgh, Syracuse, Temple, and Toledo. He's a New Jersey kid now. That was his offer list. And this dude is the running back for the Kansas City Chiefs. And he was and if I look at his if I look at his profile. He was a 3-star, the 22nd best running back in the country, 9th player in New Jersey. And look at him now. So a lot of it is system, man. And that's why I try to tell these kids, I get the logo, but understand the system. The system is what's big. And the second point I want to make, Street, before we get out this deal, for all y'all out there talking about the Big 12 is terrible. Well, guess what? Number 1 and 2 is from the Big 12. Number 4 is from the Big 12. Number 7, number 9, and number 9 is from the Big 12. Bro,
that's crazy.
It's gonna be some run. Hey, it's gonna be some run-ins going on up in here.
That's crazy.
There's gonna be some run-ins going on up in here. So you better be able to stop the run. That's all and I'm telling you, there's gonna be some problems. Now walk it off. That's all I can tell you. You understand me? But yeah, man.
No, that's crazy.
Let me get this thing up out of here, man. Uh-oh. Y'all done seen the secret sauce. Get out of here. We back in Tokyo. But anyway, yeah, man. Nah, that was a good list, dog. That was a good list. Great list. Let us know in the chat what you think. In there, man. If anybody can be shuffled around, what you think? Maybe 1 and 2 could. Let's just see your ideas. Because again, nothing's everything written in stone, but let's just see what y'all think. Spam up the comments.
So listen, bro. I don't see how. Let's get on up out of here. You got your own see how? What you say? You left it at school. I left it right in the cafeteria at school next to the pizza.
I got an owl see how. This is gonna be an inside joke, but I'm gonna let you go. I don't see how 11-year-old can invite me to Hey, I don't see how a dude can get cussed out on the phone and don't even know he getting cussed out on the street.
No, why you can't tell the story? Why you can't tell what happened? You could tell what happened, can't you?
Nah. I could, but I.
Yeah, I don't see how 11-year-old go. I ain't have nothing to do with it. Gonna tell me to jump. They jump.
She said jump. She said invited you to her jump. And tell the dude you talking to on the phone, he invited to my jump.
I don't see how, dog. I don't see how that's going down at junior high school, bro.
Oh my God. I told you, dog, it's crazy, bro. We crazy. You talk about a 12-year-old, dog. They preteens. But anyway, what I was gonna say, man. What's your I don't see how, man? I'm trying to I got a good one. I do have a good one.
Run it. Let me hear it. Go.
All right. I've been following this and I'm not understanding this. I don't see how Alex Baldwin is being charged for he was making a movie and he ended up shooting one of the, I'll just say, crew members. I don't know if she was a camera woman or whatever, and ended up killing her. He was making a movie and the gun was loaded with a real bullet. And I don't see how. Yeah. And they decided not to charge him. Then they've come back and now charged him with manslaughter.
What?
Yeah, go pull it up. Alec Baldwin, bro. So, that's the guy that does on Saturday Night Live. He's the one that dresses up like Trump and all of that stuff. And, the Baldwin family. But he was making a movie. I don't know if I forgot the name of the movie, whatever it is. And we've heard this before, right? Like we know Bruce Lee's son died like that, right? Brandon Lee died. I think it was Kiss of the Dragon or something. He was making a movie. I don't see how, first of all, guns are even functional on a movie set. They make fake money, right? They make fake money. Like they have movie set money where half of it's real, but the other half is like blank. It's fake money. With all the computer technology and CGI, you can make guns fire with the sound effects and all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
And not only that, they have protocols in place where there's actually a gun master on set who's responsible to check everything, blah, blah. But the gun shouldn't even, take the firing pin out. It shouldn't even, so even if a real bullet does get in there, it should be something whatever the case may be. I don't see how people are getting shot on movie sets in today's world, where it's not like, man, you know what? I got a gun that y'all can use in the movie.
Yeah,
I don't see
that. I'm thinking over here. I'm trying to think like why, like what could happen on a movie set where they like, no, just use the real gun. Maybe the sound, maybe the. Bruh, this ain't making no sense like at all.
Yeah, I mean they're actually real guns. They're supposed to have dummy ammunition in it and so forth. And now they said that part of one of the protocols is, even if you look at some movies, and I still don't understand this, but even when you look at some movies and they're pointing the gun at the camera, they're never pointing it directly at the person. They kind of point it off to the side of the person. But still, how do you make movies where you take a hostage situation and they got the gun to their head? So that's not always the case in certain movies. You know what I mean? Where you got a gun to somebody's head or whatever. But I don't understand how they can't, like, why are you, like, the firing mechanism, the trigger doesn't even pull, something to that effect. That's I just don't understand how in a movie world.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, Hayes, we went to the moon allegedly. We got drones. I saw something the other day where they said like on construction sites in a couple of years it's going to be all drones building buildings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3D printed houses, dog.
How are we using a real? How are there not a fake gun that looks real? How is there not a real gun with no firing mechanism in it? Like, I'm trying to understand that. All these things we see in movies that they create, backgrounds, sceneries, fake people jumping off bridges. How are we rolling in there with a real gun and saying, boy, hope it ain't got no bullets in it today. He went hunting this weekend.
Like, and you have a gun master. You have, and here's one of the protocol is, before the scene is shot, the gun master checks it, the director checks it, and the actor checks it. And this man about to go to jail for manslaughter. And the sad part about it, now I'm not saying he could not have put a bullet in there, but why, dog? Like what? Like why? Why would you put a real bullet in a gun on a movie set? Like,
I don't know. It don't make sense. No, it don't make sense to even have that threat there for something as simple as a movie. It don't.
And it was like an old Western type, so it wasn't even like a modern gun. It was an old revolver. And then they said something about the gun was so old that the trigger mechanism fell out of it when the FBI went in and did testing. And it was just all bad, bro. It was all bad, bro. And I mean, unfortunately, that lady lost her life, and it should not have been her life. I don't know if she was a camera, remember, or what.
Was it close range? He shot at close range?
I would say, yeah, she wasn't part of the movie so far as an actor. She wasn't part of the movie as so far as an actor. She was like a crew member. I don't know if she was a camera operator or something. Whatever it was, she wasn't like an actor in the scene. So she was off camera and she got shot. But yeah, something's crazy about that, man. Hell, you could use BB guns that look real.
None of that story, like none of that story adds up, dog, at all.
Yeah, I don't know, man. What show? I don't see how, man. So we can get up out of here.
Yeah, none of that. I don't see how. Drake album ain't doing too well. I don't know what's going on with Drake for him to have to put out old sex tape. I know the album can't be flunky. He wasn't hot, but it was a sex tape with himself. It's just him. It's just him it's just him in the bed playing around. These type of things always happen around album time for these guys. Always.
That boy done tried to Kim Kardashian himself, dog. What is happening, bro? That boy said, you know what? I ain't even know this is my first time hearing this, so that's funny. So wow.
Yeah, dog. All you gotta do is go to Twitter and type in Drake. The Twitter is the toilet, dog.
Bro, they say, hey, this boy Lone Wolf say P. Diddy took the picture. But P. Diddy
Bro, that's the video. These boy loose, ain't they, dog? Is P. Diddy done?
Nah, he ain't done.
You don't think so?
Nah, because it wasn't dealing with a minor. If he was dealing with a minor, he has some issues.
But it doesn't look like it's stopping. See, when it's like that, it looks like an all-out onslaught. And then that's what I mean. I think somebody else is behind it. Like
he's taking a hit now. Don't think he ain't taking. He's taking a hit. But if it comes out that he's swinging the bat from that side of the fence, if he's smart, I'm just saying, if he's smart, he better start catering and making them type of songs because he sure will have a backing. He sure will. I'm just saying. I'm saying if it comes out to be that, I guarantee he stopped making rap and hip hop and start making pop and electric, whatever music songs. Yeah. He take that flow rider approach. Hold up, Street, what you doing? Last time you was on here, you lift your shirt up. Now you licking your tongue. We don't get down like that on Hayes Street.
Tokyo, boy, they doing everything down there. What you talking about, boy? Let's get on up out of here, man. I got me on some old beef stew, Jamaican patties in there waiting on me, man. I'm in here playing around with I'll Be Sure. Get on up out of here, man.
Hey, man, real quick, we finna be out of here. Y'all check it out, man. We're gonna be in the Discord tonight in the locker room. Y'all check it out. Y'all start jumping in now. If you want to be a member here or on street, on Hayes side of the street or street side of the street. Whatever. Go ahead and hit the doggone Discord. Street, you got your stuff. If you are a member, a current member, I had to learn this. Make sure you connect. Go to your settings, connect YouTube to your Discord, and it automatically lets you through the back door. No, pause. Shouldn't have said that. It automatically lets you in the team locker room where it goes down. So around 9 o'clock, start jumping on in, and we'll do that, man. But other than that, Street, I'm out of here, man. We here every Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Kinda.
We're gonna be here though. 7 p.m. ish.
7 p.m. ish. So come on in, man.
7 p.m. ish.
Right, I appreciate y'all, man. Peace, love, and hair grease. WRE's coming. I'm gonna finish up the last few, and then we done with the class of 24. And time to get on down to the class of 25, dog. All right, man. We out of here. Peace. Live from Tokyo.
Tokyo.